Rangy, just talking about the end of the year and some of the academy boys stepped into the knee full. How did they go?
Oh, it was a really good effort by the boys from the academy stepping up into the knee full team. Obviously decimated with injuries at senior level, so it presented a massive opportunity for our academy, and in that they got a great opportunity. We didn't expect much. We just obviously always tell them to go out there and do their best and play their role, but it was a great outcome. The last two games they came home and with about 14, 15 listed academy players playing, they got over the line against Southport, and then the week after was a must-win against Aspley, and who went they were obviously semi-finalists, and always a pretty tough team. They beat them on home soil to make the elimination final against Sydney Uni, where then again we had more numbers, about 17 academy players in that first final, and they couldn't quite get the job done. But it was a really good effort for the back end of the year, and a lot of development was put into the boys.
In the elimination final, the boys really competed early. They led it quarter time, but just couldn't sustain it. Obviously, the bigger bodies, and that got them. Is the experience that playing at that level really beneficial for those boys?
Yeah, definitely. I suppose it's a tough one because you sort of say, well, it's a development period for them and throw them all in and stuff like that. But when you throw too many numbers in, sometimes it can be pretty tough on them, where they were outweighed by bigger bodies and things like that. And I think it did come to, in the end, it sort of was a bit too much for them. But the first quarter was, encouraging signs. There was a few bikes under injury cloud, even from senior level, that sort of played hindered, and they just ran out of legs in the end. But it was a really good effort.
We're 2 months out from the draft. What are the boys doing now? Obviously, some of them are here training for the combine.
Yes, everything's dying down from an AFL point of view, but the academy will keep pushing through. So I've got 5 guys nominated for either state screening or a national combine, which is obviously the draft camp in Melbourne. And we keep training them all the way up to the first week of October, which is after the grand final. It starts on the Thursday, and it'll go through for about 3-4 days, and they test them pretty much based on their athleticism, mental tests, and obviously the skill component. So we're training sort of 4 times a week in the afternoons and some morning sessions just to keep them fit. They've already got a pretty good base throughout the footy season with their fitness, but just training them up in a few areas they can impress.
How's their training going? Would you say they're on track to get the results they want to down at the combine?
Yeah, we've just got to fine-tune a few things. I suppose you can have that match fitness, but we're working pretty close with our fitness staff just to sort of obviously get them up to a really good standard with their 3K time and their beep times and things like that, stuff you don't do during the season. So it was a bit scratchy at the start, some reasonable times. There's a few bikes need a bit of work to be done, but we've got about 5 weeks now towards that to the draft combine, and hopefully I can pick it up.
There's some other exciting things coming up. Grand final eve at Punt Road. A few of the boys will represent the SUNS Academy there.
Yeah, Jack Bowes will play in the pre-game there, or the grand final eve at Punt Road, so he'll represent, I think it's the sort of 50 to 60 best kids in the under-18s in Australia, and he'll represent a side playing down there. More of a presentation type of game, just to sort of showcase the talent around and before the draft. So he'll play in that. And then we've got 2 others the next day, 3 others actually, I think. May have to clarify that, but we've got Quabi, a young kid that's come down from Rockhampton, originally from Melbourne. He's got a multicultural background, and he shows a fantastic athleticism and powerful athlete. And then we've got Harry Symington and Braden Crosley who will play in that game also, who are Gold Coast boys and represent really well.
There's been a lot said about Braden Crosley and his efforts in the NEFL. Really led from the front in the ruck and actually won it on a couple of occasions. How have you seen his development this year?
Oh, it's been really good. He had a few I suppose challenges for the pre-season with his his fitness levels and his professionalism, but he's absolutely picked that up, and he's grown as a person, as an individual, and a football player. So he's been rewarded with going to level 2 national NAB academy. So he's been rewarded with that from his his good NEFL performances and also state under 18. So he's been fantastic, and hopefully bigger things to come next year.
Thanks for your time, mate.
Thanks, mate.